crafty friends. I hope everybody's having a very nice morning, staying warm and enjoying their cup of coffee or hot chocolate. For me, it's hot chocolate day. It got cold enough finally. We've had a couple of days of spring weather, and it's been like, yuck. Spring, I want winter. I love winter. I don't know what it is about the snows and, cold, brisk air at Christmas time, but it just makes the apple cider and the hot chocolate taste better, if you know what I'm saying. And even in when I drink coffee, though, I don't really drink coffee. I drink more like sugar, because I'll put like 3 or 4 scoops of sugar in my coffee, half a cup of milk, and it looks like a milk, what do you call it, a mocha milkshake instead of a coffee. So that's how my coffee is. I even put marshmallows in my coffee. I sure do. Vanilla, you name it. I love the coffee sweet. Well, anyway, Roxy Car 11, she's done a couple, she has a tutorial on what I'm getting ready to show, which is a Tussy Mussy. And if you want to learn how to make this, you can go to Roxy Car 11 and look up book paper, I think it's book paper Tussy Mussies. Well, anyway, she has a tutorial, and I really liked her little Tussy Mussies, and I decided I'm going to try to make my first Tussy Mussy. So I got some book paper, but I decided to see if I wanted, I wanted to be a little different and see what we could do, to improve it or show a different side of these Tussy Mussies besides just the one, the one she made. So what I did is I rolled up the book paper, the short form, made my little shape of the Tussy Mussy, and I cut out the the top to make it even. I liked the split ones. She had different kinds, but I liked the ones that were split open. So I split it open, and I folded it over this way, folded it over that way, and I took some modeling paste, and this is how it's going to keep your form. I took some modeling paste, and I just went all around this top part, all on the inside, and just, so if you hear it, hear that? It's very, very hard. So, it's still got a little bit of softness, but not really a lot. So, it gave it more durability. And I took some sequin trim, and I put some sequin glued on the inside and glued some paper flowers, took some crocheted lace and glued around that, and took some crepe paper that it was either Angie or Karina gave me this crepe paper in pink. It was really, really beautiful, and I glued this down to that, and it just turned out really gorgeous because it has a little pink, and it has the little glittery flowers on it, so it just really brings it out. And then I decided, well, bling mesh. A lot of people, have this bling, don't know what to do with it, or, they bought it, but I haven't really seen too many projects with it. So I took some of the silver bling that Karina sent me. Thank you, Karina. And I had a little bit of, was not to Karina, to Tammy, SS Crafter 1. She gave me some of this bling. So, I glued the bling around the entire thing, and then I took some silver sequin and glued on the top, and then I took some pink tassel that I had. Well, actually, I had some pink fringe, so I made a pink tassel out of that pink fringe, glued it on to the bottom of the Tussy Mussy, put a little sequin trim in pink there, and a little rose lace around that to connect the tassel to the Tussy Mussy. And this is what I came up with. So I did 2 different styles. I did the pink rose one. And let me see if I'm trying to get everything. There we go. I did the pink rose one, and then I did a ribbon rose one. And this is how the ribbon rose one turned out. Isn't this pretty? So this is another way you can do some Tussy Mussies if you want more glitz on your Christmas tree. She did hers, I think she did hers in diamond dust and glitter. She dipped the bottom part of it in the diamond dust, or it was either diamond dust or glitter, but hers were really beautiful, and they showed up. But I kind of, next year, well, as most of you know, I don't have my Christmas tree up this year, and I told my husband I'm not even going to bother because there's just no way I'm going to have I just, with my back still healing and my ankle still broken, I really can't be standing a lot, doing ornaments and decorations and everything like that. So to give myself the Christmas spirit, I'm just kind of like making decorations and just putting them in little bowls in the house or something, just to give it that little Christmas glitz. But like my living room, I made a Christmas tree and decorated that. I made a Christmas wreath, and my colors, I'm going to change my colors from into the pink, silver, and creams. So next year, this is what I'm going to be having on my trees, is the pink colors, the silvers, and the creams. So I made 9 of these. 6 of them I will be keeping for myself, and the other 3 I'm just setting aside for, like, a Happy Mail or to give as a gift to somebody. So, I'm going to try to make like 3 extras of these. So when if I want to send out some Happy Mail or something later on, I can actually add a couple of these into the box. So anyway, I made 9 of them. Of course, I only have 5 shown. I think I got to glue the flowers on the other ones that I have. I didn't get a chance to glue the flowers, but I wanted to show the ones that I already finished, because I have another project that I'm working on at the same time of this one. So I need to show that one too in a video. But it's what I'm doing is I'm making Christmas decorations and just putting them in Ziploc bags and putting them in a box in my after I get done with Christmas. But this one here, I'm putting, like I said, I'm putting these like in little bowls or sitting them on tables just to give it that little Christmas feel. But next year, I will have my house decorated in the cream, the pink, and the silvers for Christmas. So I can't wait to, have a collection of the silver and cream. Well, I hope everybody's having a nice day. I have some good news. Finally, yesterday, for the first time in 3 months, 3 months, I was actually able to go into my kitchen and cook. I'm sorry. I was actually able to go in my kitchen and cook a good meal. I mean, literally able to cook. Sorry, I'm crying, guys. I mean, it's been a rough road for me. It really has. And I know a lot of people, they probably think I'm whining, but you don't know what I went. I mean, a lot of you don't really know what I went through. But like I said, I had a rough surgery and things. I almost died from the surgery, and then the broken ankle, and just one thing on top of another. And I just, I haven't really been able to get up and do anything. I was, pretty much on bed rest right after I got out of the hospital. So I had to take care of myself from and not really able to, I'm still not able to drive or do a lot of strenuous work, and not allowed to lift anything over 5 pounds, and all this stuff that, do's and don'ts, basically. And I'm following the orders and everything, and I'm trying to heal. And I am healing. I mean, the back is finally healing. I'm still in pain. I still have pain, but no ways like it was at the beginning. But, like I said, for 3 months, I really haven't been able to cook. My condition was not able. I mean, I just couldn't stand in the kitchen over top of a stove and do what I wanted to do. And then I broke the leg, and then I couldn't put pressure on the foot. So it was like, well, and I couldn't get out of the bed, and, just couldn't maneuver around. And my husband, he didn't want me walking, wobbling all around the house and stuff and falling at first, and I had to get used to get into the black boot, which is the walking cast, and I still have to use the walker to get around with. But yesterday, for the first time in 3 months, I was actually able to pull a roast out of my freezer, grab some carrots and cut it up, take a couple onions and cut it up, and some potatoes and carrots, and I just compiled myself a big, fat, juicy pot roast with carrots and potatoes. And my husband came home yesterday, and he walked in the door, and he was getting ready to prepare some dinner, and he was like, what's that I smell? I said, pot roast. And he looked at me so funny. He's like, you cooked? And I said, yeah, I cooked. You know, I was so tickled to be able to cook yesterday. I mean, to you guys, it's, you know, it's every day. And, you know, but to me yesterday, it meant a lot to me that I was actually able to finally once and for all get into my kitchen and cook a meal. I mean, because I haven't been able to. We've been eating a lot of TV dinners, pot pies, pizza, sandwiches, eggs and bacon, you know, just quick stuff. Tuna helper, hamburger helper, you know, a couple takeouts from Western Sizzling, and, you know, just Chinese food, you know, whatever my husband felt like cooking, because I wasn't able. But yesterday, for the first time, I got into my kitchen, and I felt good enough to do it, and I felt confident enough that I could, you know, wobble around in my kitchen to finally cook something. And it was a little hectic at first, but I have a little bag thing that's tied up to my walker. So I went to the freezer and slapped a roast in the bag, and then I went to the refrigerator and grabbed out the onions and the carrots, and I slid everything over to the kitchen sink and got it all together. And then I slid my pot from the one counter around to the stove, and then I got to the stove and I leaned up against the counter and stuck that pot roast right into the stove, and I had my first roast. And you talk about awesome. I loved it. It was so good. It tasted good. I never realized how much I missed my home cooking, but I was tickled to death that I was able to actually cook a meal yesterday, and that was the first time I've done it in 3 months. Everything else has been, you know, and before my surgery, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had home-cooked meals, but before my surgery, I had prepped up a couple of meals and stuff like that and threw them in my freezer in freezer bags. So we had, like, vegetable soup, homemade vegetable soup, and we had homemade chili and all different kinds of stuff that I had put in the freezer. So all my husband had to do was just pull it out and warm it up. So, I mean, but as far as like really sitting down and cooking a meal where I had to, you know, literally chop the potatoes up and the carrots and stuff, that was the first time for me in 3 months. So I was like really tickled that I got to cook yesterday. And probably in about 4 or 5 months, I'll be probably complaining because I have to cook all the time. So, because you know how women are, sometimes we do get tired of cooking. I had a break from cooking, and don't get me wrong, it was actually nice to have a break from cooking. But after 3 months, you're ready to start cooking again. You really are. So I really enjoyed the cooking, and I don't know, for some reason, the past 3 months too, I think it's the medicine I'm on. It's like meats, for some reason, don't taste right. So I've been like on a salad binge. So my husband would ask me, what do you want to eat for dinner? And I'd look at him and say, I'll take a salad. So he would go into the refrigerator and fix me up a salad. And I think I too wanted to just kind of keep him from having to overwork himself. You know, it's a lot of work with him having to go to work all week and then have to come home and cook and clean and stuff like that. But I was able to wash my dishes yesterday. Clean up the kitchen counter and wipe down the stove and just, you know, cleaned out my refrigerator, and I left the trash can beside the refrigerator so my husband could move it because I couldn't move it. But I just went through the refrigerator, and if I saw something that I thought was old that wasn't supposed to be in there, I got tossed. So, and just, yeah, the idea of me cooking yesterday was so good, and the roast tasted delicious, and it's a big enough roast where we have leftovers today, so I'll be having a leftover pot roast today. But yeah, overnight it savors, it seasons itself in the juices, so tonight will be even better. Well, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope everyone has a nice day, and happy crafting. And for those that probably won't be online tomorrow or the weekend, hope y'all have a nice weekend to come. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.